Okay, well, it looks like I am live. Thank you. Okay, so I am hoping that all of you guys are going to be coming in, and I'm hoping, Jonathan, that you are here too. Of course, this is Annie D. I am speed dating tonight. It is Friday night, and I can see people coming in. Are you coming in around my table? You know, pretty exciting today. Going out with a guy tonight, and I'm hoping that nobody tells my parents. That's all. That's you just got to keep stum. That's all you need to do. Of course, lots of people in there. Abhishek, great to see you. Ria, Abhay, Sri, Kruti, have I got it right? If I haven't, I'm really sorry. But I am looking for Jonathan. Where are you? You're supposed to be here. You were supposed to be here early. Oh dear. So yeah, I'm going to be dating the director tonight, the director of that great movie called The Lift Boy. It really, a simplistic movie that really touched our hearts. It really did. It was just simply about a boy that takes over his father's job because his father is ill. And he realizes the stresses and strains of, of parents trying to better the lives of their children. Now, I am hoping that Jonathan will kind of hurry up so we can start. Anything can go wrong. You see, anything can happen. My phone can ring, the light can go, and anything that happens will happen here. But you know what? I've decided I'm just going to go with the flow. So Jonathan, if you can get on, let's do this. Anaya, good to know that you're on as well. I see there are lots of people here, but the man that I'm looking for is taking his time. Honestly, Jonathan, come on, hurry up. I'm waiting for you. And if there is an issue, you're going to have to message me, okay? But I'm sure that you were supposed to be here. So let's see, if you're on that phone, you need to get off and you need to come here. That's what you need to do. Okay. So, yes, I am waiting. So this is it. Oh dear. There you go. There you go. I can see people now, I tell you. When I put that thing and I couldn't see anybody. There you go. Jonathan, where are you? Come on, we're good to go. There are people waiting. They cannot wait to talk to you. I don't think they're really interested in me as much as they are interested in you. Of course, it is Friday night. Every week we are going on a date. I've got something special for you next week as well. So you make sure that you tune in. Yes, I know it's not 6 p.m. It is now on my phone. Kriti, yeah, I can see that you are obviously, you know what, you are obviously very methodical, very systematic. But it's 6 o'clock on in fact, it's 1800 hours on my phone. All right. So if you want to get particular about timing, this is it. And if you're particular, at least I was here early, like you are. In fact, you were here before 6 o'clock as well. So there you go. So it's not just me. There you go. So let's try. Let's see if Jonathan is on. Where is he? I have no idea. Where are you? I may just have to log out and log back in to remind Jonathan that he needs to be. He's my date tonight. Honestly, not anybody else's. And he better remember that. Oh, look, you're waving. Okay. All right. You're in. I'm going to send you. Okay. I'm waiting. I'm waving. I'm waving at you, Jonathan, from my table. Are you coming on? This is what I like to know. All right.
Hello.
Hi, Jonathan.
Hey, Annie, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Yes, absolutely. Loud and clear.
Oh, lovely. Loving
Excellent.
this. Thank you so much for coming to the table. Really exciting. That's
Pleasure.
really absolutely brilliant. Loved your movie. And this is why you're here. Loved it. It has touched so many people's hearts, let me tell you. I think it was a simplicity. Now, we're going to take it back a bit.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Born in Bombay. Have I got this right? And then you went to Bournemouth.
Yeah.
Have I got my facts right? Bombay, Bournemouth. I'm not seeing it here. Is it the same initial, or was it the beach? It was similar to Bombay. Well, tell me, what was it?
It's a combination of things. One is the beach. I love the sand. I love the sun. I love the sea. I love having a cocktail and watching the sunset. So yeah, it's a combination of things. Secondly, Bournemouth had a very good university, which was very good for media. They had a very good media school out there. So that's kind of, that was one of the primary reasons that inclined me to selecting Bournemouth, you know.
Oh, right. Okay. But you do know that Bournemouth actually has more clubs and pubs than Oxford Street, I'm telling you, than London.
Yeah.
That's why you went. Tell the
Bournemouth
truth.
is also a senior citizens paradise.
Yes,
So
it is.
they have a lot of retirement homes, you know. So it's a nice place. It's a nice place.
Well,
And it
your parents
stimulates
were
your
happy.
creativity. And funnily, like in the Lift Boy, the landlady is called Maureen, right? So I had a landlady called Maureen in Bournemouth. So
Ah.
that's kind of, yes, that's how the name comes. So Bournemouth has a lot to do with my foundation.
Oh, right. Okay. Fair enough. So tell me, so you have been interested in doing movies from the age of 16. I mean, movies, what was it? You were always creative. So why from the age of 16? But
I think
then,
not from the age of 60. I think it's much younger. Give me a
oh my
second. Let me
gosh.
just cool this room because I'm not switched on the fan, so the sound is clear. You know, so I'm just going to get the AC a bit up. It's
Okay.
going to get really hot here. So yeah, from the the obsession with the craft of filmmaking started at a much earlier age. I was about 10 years old. I saw Rocky when I was 10 years old, and that's when it started. That's when the journey started. And then, you know, when 16 is when I started, you know, trying to get it materialized. I joined a production company. I was working in ad films. So yeah, it's been a long journey. It's been a long journey filled with failure and filled with
Pillars of success. We say this for failure, the pillars of success, do we not? You'll never learn and develop if you don't fail, for goodness sake.
True.
But usually at 16, you know, everybody wants to be an actor or a director or a rapper or a singer. How did you know it was the real thing for you, though, that this was it for you?
So I'll tell you what, I was 10 years old. I saw Rocky and I'm like, I'm going to make this, I'm going to make a movie. I'm going to make movies. You know, I told myself that. And it didn't matter what movie I made. It could have been a small film, an indie film, a studio film, but I was very clear. I'm going to make a film and it's going to have my name written on it, saying written, directed, produced by Jonathan Augustin. And I was obsessed with that. So that's it really. And then I didn't question myself. I don't second guess myself, you know. Failure or success, I take it in my stride and I just move on. You know, enjoy the journey. I don't really worry about the outcome. The outcome, because the outcome is very subject. A lot of things we can't control, you know, like say, for example, today, right? A lot of A-list filmmakers have made amazing movies and they're sitting at home. They're not able to release their movies, right? Right from 83 to Rohit Shetty, Suryavanshi, which I was really looking forward to. And in fact, I think I was also going to pre-book my tickets, but that's the same day when I decided to pre-book my tickets, they closed down the box office.
Oh,
so,
right.
Yeah. So, you know, I think enjoy the journey. Don't worry too much about success and failure and the outcome, you know. And whatever comes, take it in your stride.
The lack of journey. All right, at this point in time. You know what, Jonathan, just very quickly. Now, why are you to the side? Is your screen locked? Does it not turn? Because you're actually to the side. And I had this issue with somebody else as well. But I look to the side. I bet you, do I look to the side as well on your screen?
You're looking to the side in my screen, and I'm looking vertical.
So weird. Do you know what? I think we're just going to set a new trend. We're not going to try and fix it. Let's just do this. As you said, we'll just take it.
Should I flip the phone like this?
Oh, yes.
Oops. Something's happened here.
I think it almost did. Oh, look, you're looking so much better. I recognize you now.
Yeah. Okay, let me just figure out how to mount this. Okay, is this better?
Yeah, definitely.
I think Instagram live is done normally vertically, but it's okay. Let's go with the flow.
Yeah, this is it. But you know what? Whatever keeps it upright, you know.
You know, because I was told Insta live is done vertically, you know, so that's why I always keep it vertical.
Hey, look, I'm not a pro. I'm actually a newbie at Insta.
Okay.
So you know, I
think to keep it vertical, because if, say for example, if someone wants to ask questions.
Oh yeah, I can see it. I've now specialized. I've specialized reading it, so you know, in that direction.
Okay.
So do you want to turn yourself around? I like.
Okay, I'll do that for you, honey.
Thank you so much. Do you see, everybody? I got Jonathan to actually move his phone for me. I'm so excited. Okay. So, okay, while you're doing that, now you've traveled a lot. From what I've read, as you said, you've always had the creator streak. You've worked with ad companies and stuff, and you've traveled over the globe quite a bit. Now, what are the type of experiences that you've put in your shopping basket that inspire you now? And you've mentioned one, obviously.
So you know, the beauty of traveling is you meet a lot of people, a lot of characters from different walks of life, right? That's one. And I was also working in Amsterdam. I did the project in Argentina, Buenos Aires. people are different, people are different. And by the same time, we're very similar. We have 2 eyes, one nose, one mouth. We got 2 ears. We've given 2 years for a reason, so that we listen more than we talk. I need to master that, because I talk too much. So I got to get better
I like
at
that. I like that part of you.
So the beauty of traveling was I realized two things. One is we're all different, right? And it's a bit of a paradox, right? We're all different, but at the same time, we have a lot of similarities. There are some subjects that are universal, whether it be a father-son story, whether it be the desire for every parent to have all every parent wants across the globe is bragging rights. Right? They want the best for their kids, and they want their kids to be successful in whatever they do. Right? And in return, all parents want is bragging rights. That's all they want. So I realized that, and I just thought, okay, this is universal. So that's kind of one of the reasons why the Lift Boy has become so universal in its approach and in its aesthetic and its appeal. We made it with a lot of purity. It was made with Indian film, Indian actors, with Indian context, and the whole setup was Indian, but the emotions are universal. So
all right. So, so of all the stories in all the world, and I'm sure that people have asked you this before, I'm going to ask, I'll be one of with the group. Of all the stories in the world, you choose the one about a Lift Boy. How did that happen?
So the year was 4th March 2015. The year was 2015. The day was 4th March. Wow, I was working in television, and I remember the day because it's a milestone day in my life, right? Because I made one movie. It's called The Lift Boy, and that one movie started with that one day. So I had an encounter with the Lift Boy in a shopping mall, and so I'd gone to a shopping mall. I'd gone to watch a film, and then I entered this lift. There's a Lift Boy sitting there. I looked at him, nothing much. We just move on to the lift. Sometimes you acknowledge him, you give him a grin. He may return. He may acknowledge you by returning a grin. Or just like be neutral, and this is a mall in Bombay, Mumbai, Phoenix Mills Lower Parel. Sorry, not Phoenix, Phoenix Market City, Kurla, and it's a very big mall in Mumbai. It's got the highest footfall. I don't know why I know these stuff. We also distributed. So my company Caroline Pictures also distributed the film, and one of the theaters we had chosen was PVR Market City, Kurla. For two reasons. One is because I met the Lift Boy there, and number two is because it's an iconic prestige screen, because they have the highest footfall. Though the conversion is not there, so even though there's so many people going to the mall, not many people go to that theater, because people go to mall to window shop, to eat. And it's so big that you just like roaming around in the mall. So anyway, so coming back to the story of the Lift Boy, I entered the lift. There's a guy, the Lift Boy there. He's kept the lift on hold. There's a family that's walking to the lady that's walking to the lift. She had another lady with her, so she was coming aram slowly, at her own pace. And then she took a while, and she came in, and the lift goes on to the next floor. So the lift was stationary on that one, the bottom level, for quite a while. The next floor, a guy walks into the lift, and he starts blasting this Lift Boy left, right, and center. He blasts the daylights of the guy, and this guy looks at him, and he's abusing him in Hindi, because probably that guy, it was frustrating. Even I was getting a bit irritated, because that lady was walking slow. There's one lady's in the lift, and this guy is keeping the lift on hold. I'm like, just move on. But I had nowhere to go, right? So I was just steady. I'm like, I'm going to watch a movie. It's my day off. TK, I'll wait. But the other guy just took off on the Lift Boy, and he shouted and gave him a bad word. And then the Lift Boy looks at him. This guy is taking off on him, and this Lift Boy doesn't react at all. He looks at him in a very flat, monotonous voice with a lot of warmth in his eyes, and he says, "Sir, main sirf button dabata hu." He looks at him, "Sir, main sirf button dabata hu." In a very flat, I'm not doing it right. He did very well, sir. I can't repeat what he did, because that's a one-take shot. He just tells him, "Sir, main sirf button dabata hu," which translates to, "Sir, I only press buttons." Right? And that was nice. That nothing struck me at that point.
Okay.
That was it. Nothing struck me at that point. I moved on with my day. But as the day passed, I was thinking, what? That guy's head stuck in my face. His eyes. This profile stuck in my face. And the way he said that, and I'm like, I say only press buttons, and I'm like, why don't I make a movie called The Lift Boy? Right? It can be the metaphor for life. Because the whole idea of the film is there's a lift boy in each one of us. Because life is like a lift, and sometimes it takes you up, and sometimes it takes you down.
Yeah, actually,
you press, aka choices you make. So push the right buttons, and that's how it started. So it started with one tiny idea, one encounter with a Lift Boy, and then it went on from there. So you're taking that. Yeah, sorry, go on.
I just want to know: does that boy know what an inspiration he was to you. Does he know that the movie was actually around him, was
No,
inspired by
no,
him?
he doesn't know. I did go looking back for him. I did not find
Yeah.
him, and I don't know where he
Oh,
is. I really don't know where he is. I really don't know where. I wish I find him, and that'll be nice
oh.
to.
Well, I hope he's listening in right now. 6 degrees of separation, so you never know. Oh dear. If you were working, Lift Boy, if you were working on that day at that time when Jonathan was there, you are his inspiration. You're the reason why he's got a mega hit right now. Now,
Yeah,
look,
absolutely.
Jonathan, the way you
Yeah.
do things, you've been doing things slightly differently from what I can see. And usually when directors, they say, I love a Karina or an Alia in my movie, and my movie is going to be a real hit. But you've actually done it slightly, well, not slightly differently. It's an
Hmm, hmm,
understatement. You literally went to the other end of the spectrum. You didn't
hmm.
actually go for the stars, did you? You found your
No.
actors in a very different way. I want to hear
Yeah.
about this.
Yeah. So the film's an English movie, right? And when you're casting for an English film, you should try and avoid casting the typical Bollywood actors, and there are two
Yeah.
reasons for that. But number one is when our Indian actors talk on screen, they sound very funny when they speak English. I don't know why. Is it the director
Okay.
doing it or they are doing it? I have no fucking
Yeah.
clue why they do that. But it sounds very funny. It gets irritating for me, so I
Yeah.
can't watch it. And for me, I am my first audience, right? For me,
Yeah.
I don't think about I am the audience first. I got to like it, because if I don't like it, then it's just not going to work.
Yeah.
So that was one reason, and the other reason is I didn't want the audience. I didn't want anyone when I'm watching someone perform on screen and the characters
Yeah.
are being brought to life. I didn't want anyone to have any preconceived notion or baggage about these people. So
Uh-huh.
it's always good to have a fresh, clean uh, approach to
Oh,
casting. So
good strategy,
Maureen Khan,
actually.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it worked out in our favor. I don't know if it's going to work out every time, because in the next film also I'm trying to cast a new face. It's a bigger film in scale and aesthetic. Let's see what happens. But I really hope I like this way of working, and the
Wait,
plan
hang
is to
on a second.
continue.
Yeah, but hang on. We've got the COVID situation, lockdown, the malls are closed. So how are you going to, have you already found your guys? What's going to
Uh,
happen?
well, there's one guy I have in mind. Let's see. Once the industry starts up again,
Yeah.
then we'll figure that out. But on Lift Boy, we found Naila Masood in a shopping mall. So my casting director Ankita, the
Yeah.
brief to her was, we had actors and we were getting people, but they were not perfect. They were not feeling right. And I told Ankita, listen,
Yeah.
just go out to shopping malls, go out to Carter Road in Bandra, go out to Phoenix Mills, Lower Parel, find these Anglo-Indian aunties with short hair, very specific. I want someone with short hair, white
Okay.
color. Okay,
Yeah.
because in India, no one's going to color their hair white if they have black hair, and
Yeah.
you can't. It's very difficult to convince a lady to go bob cut, in India, because in India the definition of real beauty is long hair, and that's created by the media, not me. But I like short hair. I wanted someone with short hair, white hair, and that was a brief to Ankita. So I said, you go find an Anglo-Indian
Mm.
auntie, go to Bandra, go to churches, go to malls, go wherever
Mm.
you need to go, and go to Palladium Mall, go to Atrium Mall, where you get these, South Bombay aunties,
Yeah.
ladies. And
Yeah.
the first mall she goes to is a mall very close to our office in Andheri
Hmm.
West.
Okay.
It's Infinity Mall. And Naila Masood, the female lead, had gone for a movie, and as she was walking out, Ankita saw her, and Ankita approached her and said, "Ma'am, can you please come for an audition?" And I told Ankita, I requested Ankita, don't worry about the acting, actor hair, non-actor hair, doesn't matter. If the
Yeah.
person looks decent, then we'll figure it out. We'll take it from there. Let's break the mold.
Yeah.
And Ankita called her in, and Naila came to the office, and yeah, and so funnily, when Naila had come to the office, I was not supposed to be in office. And that day I just landed up in office, and as Naila was walking out, I was walking in, and I saw her, and I said, "Hey, did you come for the Lift Boy?" She's like, "Yeah." I said, "My name is Jonathan Augustin. I'm the director of this motion picture. Would you
Yeah.
fancy having a chat, please?" And she said, "Yeah, sure, sure." We started talking, and we went on for about an hour and a half, and she spoke to
Mm.
me about her life and everything, and that's how she got cast in the movie. But so I spoke to her. What attracted me to her when I was walking in and she was walking out, there was some. I'm like, "That's my Maureen." And I'm like, yeah, and she's walking
Wow.
out of my office, and I'm like, I think I found my Maureen, because
Oh,
there was
wow.
something about her. There was, that light, that breath of fresh air when you look at her with her hair white and short, and she
Yeah.
was walking a bit unsure because she's not an actor and she's come out from an audition, right? And
Yeah.
I like that. And then I saw her, so I told Naila, I'll get back to you. She
Yeah.
goes away. I saw her audition. Her audition was very bad. Acting was rubbish,
Oh, no.
utter rubbish. So next day I go to, we meet up for coffee, Naila and me, and we talk. And I really wanted to cast her. So I said, Naila, listen, I'd love to have you play the character Maureen. And she was like, Jonathan, I've never acted before. And I'm like, Naila, I've never directed before. This is my first movie, so let's
Oh,
figure it
loving
out
that.
together. And that's how we started.
Oh, look, do you know what? I could be a Maureen. I can cut my hair if you want me to. So if you're looking for something, I can dye my hair. And you just tell me next time you go to a mall, just let me know the agenda and I'll make sure that I empty my diary. I'm going walking. I'm going to see see one of your team to see if they pick me. Oh, fantastic. So I'll tell you honestly, if somebody handed me a script that said The Lift Boy, I would never in a million years think, oh my God, that is going to be a hit. I will tell you, and I would have just pushed it aside and said next. And I will say this in public only once. I would have been wrong. I will not say this again, especially to the guys out there.
Yeah.
So, but good for you. That is brilliant. Did you know, did you try that idea of The Secret? Did you know this is going to, did you think the fact that this is going to be a success? Did you know the impact that your movie would have on the public by any chance?
You know, I'll tell you what, from the very start, I have been manifesting nothing but the best for the film and for everyone, you know. And all of us who's worked on the film, we made the film with a lot of purity. We were very naive. We were very young. All of us are freshers. I mean, there's no established name on the film. My editor has done a lot of work. He's done a lot of movies, Parikshit Jha. But apart from that, all of us are like, you know, we're newcomers. And we made it with a lot of naivety. You know, we were young, we were naive. We manifested nothing but the best, you know. And we on a wing and a prayer, we made the film with hope. Right?
Yeah.
And yeah, it just worked out. See, eventually the film will find its audience, right? There's nothing, you know, see, we all want success. But success is very subjective. Is it box office? Is it, you know, going on Netflix? Is it, it's very subjective.
Yeah.
So our agenda was to release the film theatrically in as many markets as we can. And we did do that. We released in India on 18 Jan 2019. You know, Mumbai, Bangalore, Pune. We did about 15,200 tickets at the box office, which means 15,200 people watched the film in a theater in India. You know, which is quite good. I know it's a very small number, but it's nice. You know, at least people. We released in UAE in the month of April. That's 18th April 2019. We opened with Kalank, and we lasted in theater longer than Kalank. We were in theaters for 2 weeks.
Wow.
We also survived Avengers. So Avengers came in on 25th April, but we were still there in theaters, you know, and we were still programmed. So we were in theaters for 2 weeks. Then we released in Taiwan on 2nd August 2019. And we were in theaters for 3 weeks in Taiwan. And the film did very well in Taiwan.
Yeah, wow, fantastic stuff.
So
I mean, were you
surprised?
Were you surprised?
Sorry.
Were you surprised? Or I know you wished it, but when the reality hit you, were you thinking, wow, you wake up every morning think, yeah, I've done this?
You know what? I just enjoy the ride. I mean, for me, even if it did not work out, I would be like, you know what? At least we tried. So I don't let that get to my head because we have seen the other side of it when we're really struggling. In India, we distributed the film ourselves. We didn't have any distributor distributing it. We put our own money into it and released the film. And in fact, for the cloning and delivery which happens, I paid for it with my credit card because I practically ran out of money by that time. So I used maxed out my credit cards on that, you know, and yeah. So yeah, you know.
No, but I was thinking that, you know, I know we could see the simplicity come through the movie. And I think that's what it is. Do you think we're just tired of seeing the formula, big budget movies, the item songs? Do you think the audience has changed, or do you think platforms have changed?
Not at all. The audience has not changed, you know, and I think, you know, when we talk about these big budget movies, they're lovely. I go to the theater for that, right? I go to the theater for a Rohit Shetty film. I go to the theater for an Avengers. I go to the theater for, you know, for Bad Boys. I go to the theater for just, I like watching Salman Khan on the big screen and he takes off his shirt. You know, when Rohit Shetty gives the hero's entry. I should say that. You know, and we like that. Listen, as an audience, we like that. That's our country. And we shouldn't shy away from song and dance. It's to do with the history of Indian cinema. That's what makes us unique as a country. But what has happened is people have become more receptive to different kinds of stories. So they go for a Rohit Shetty film, and likewise there's space for a Lift Boy. So there's space for everything, you know. So let me give you a classic example.
Okay.
A Maruti sells, a Mercedes sells, a Bentley sells. Even in terms of watches, you have Titan, you have HMT, you have Rolex, you have Jaguar, you have Patek Philippe. You have everything works, right? And there's a market for each thing, you know. And the people who drink, like, say, Dom Perignon or Moët, they also drink Prosecco for £6 a bottle from the supermarket. It's varied, you know. We have, you know, so we all have different, so we embrace variety, right? Variety is what adds spice of life, you know. It's what adds spice to our life. So that's what's there. But what the benefit of today is with technology and with you know, digital marketing and social media and word of mouth and WhatsApp, movies like this tend to get a better showcasing and windowing, and at least a chance to get, to get explode, or to get not to get discovered, that at least get discovered. Whereas back in the day, hats off to the indie filmmakers back in the day, in the 70s and the 80s, the Shyam Benegals, the Satyajit Rays, who were making films without, conventional distribution models, conventional marketing, and still they found an audience. So I think today it's a good space. If you're making a film, you're in a good space.
Well, if you're making a film, I wish the opportunity would hit me. Oh, dear, I'm walking in your mall wherever you are. I'm targeting you. That's all I'm saying.
Thank you, Annie. Thank
you. But the point is, if I see, I remember listening to this video of an actress, I won't mention her, and she said it was really difficult to get into Bollywood and really make it. And somebody else that I'd interviewed said, Bollywood is very small. It's a very, as Kangana said herself, and he supported Kangana's thing, where it's very hard to get into Bollywood. And another actress saying, you need a godfather or a connection or, or something like that to really make it in Bollywood. Do you think that's the truth? Do you think hard work is the key, or does that help as well?
I think I'll tell you what, having a godfather, having a reference will just get you a foot in the door, right?
Yeah.
After that, you have to stand on your feet, because let me tell you something, Bollywood is a very tiny industry.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something, right? The size of Bollywood as an industry is probably, 2,000-3,000 crores.
Yeah.
Right. And the market size, annual market. And that's probably the turnover of a small, tiny diamond merchant in Gujarat, in Surat.
Yeah.
Right. It's a very tiny industry. So no one has money to waste here, right? Any producer, no one has money to waste here, right? They're not going to, just because you're someone's son or someone's daughter, or you've come to someone's reference.
Yeah.
It's your talent and your skill sets that speaks for you. So, a lot of times when we see these actors, kids, or, get breaks, or people who come from that cloud get opportunities, it's because the person who's putting their money on them or giving them an opportunity has a leap of faith on them, and that's what's making it work. So we have a lot of actors who are not from the industry. Shah Rukh Khan is not from the industry, and he's like India's biggest superstar. He's the Khan of Bollywood. He's the king of Bollywood. So it's sorry, it's you don't need a god. If you have it, enjoy it, and make the most of it. But if you don't have it, don't cry about it. Work hard, figure out what works best for you. Just keep doing work, keep failing forward, and take up whatever opportunity comes. Don't be too picky and choosy. Just keep doing it, and eventually you'll get better at it, and you'll find your way. Nawazuddin Siddiqui, classic example. He was doing so many small parts in movies, right? And today he's a known name. He's done Manto, he's done Lunchbox. He's people make movies for him. They tell him, Nawaz bhai date se, please read our script. So that's how it is. Irfan Khan, I don't think he wasn't from the industry.
Loved him.
Amazing actor.
So what you're saying is, what we need are quite a few credit cards to max out, and we need to have a variety of malls to go in. This is the message, and to work hard and to sleep a lot and dream about your movie becoming a success.
I think dream with your eyes open. That's one thing. Don't just dream. Dream with your eyes open. And believe in yourself. Like, if you're convinced with some, if you're obsessed about something, if you're really obsessed about something, then do it. If you say, I'm passionate about it, I think I like it, don't do it. You'll waste money, time, you'll get depressed. You find something you're obsessed about and then see it through. And whatever the outcome, stand by it. So if it's failure, success, just stand by it.
Just own it. Yeah, loving this.
Yeah, own it.
Now, so this is it. So tell me what's happening in the future for you. What is the topic for the future? I want to know. I need the scoop here. Come on, Jonathan. Give it to me.
So, Annie, the next film is a movie called Ward Boy Manu Voodoo. That's W-A-R-D, Ward, Boy, B-O-Y, Boy, Manu, M-A-N-U, Manu Voodoo. That's V-O-O-D-O, Voodoo.
Okay.
It's, think of it as, it's an adventure horror movie. Think of it as India's Indiana Jones for adventure horror.
Oh, okay.
So, it's exciting. It's going to be bigger in scale and aesthetic and style. It'll still have the ethos of what I believe in and what I stand for, but at the same time, it's going to be a nice, entertaining film, which I'm looking forward to making. I think adventure horror is a space India hasn't really done. We've done horror comedy, we have done horror, we've done thriller, but we haven't done adventure horror. So that's something I'm really looking forward to tackling.
I mean, we've had horror on the TV serials, like in Color and stuff like that on Z.
But again, that's proper horror. That's not adventure horror. Yeah,
they tried
adventure horror. You're giving that. We don't have in India. We don't have our Indian superheroes. We don't have Indiana Jones. We don't have a Batman. And if you look at comics like Chacha Chaudhary or if you look at the lot of characters to play with. In fact, my colleague Shashank, who works with me, he was telling me there was this Nagraj, the snake,
Oh, yes.
snake, like he's like
Yes,
the Indian
yes, yes.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And that's an amazing character. So there a lot of things to work on. Obviously, what we are trying to do out of here is create an original character so that we don't have to depend on someone else's copyright.
Yeah.
But India needs. I think it's about time we start making our own superheroes. Shah
Yeah.
Rukh did try that with Ravan, but it kind of went down south there.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Well,
but I'm just looking forward to making the next film once this
right.
pandemic is over, whenever that
Yeah.
is. I think it might take
Whenever that is.
one more year of sitting at home, and then
Yeah, so
yeah.
so how are you using your time though? Are you looking for, are you writing your scripts? Are you thinking of new ideas 2-3 years in advance? Hey, look, there are lots of people who are saying in, hey, Jonathan, I've got ideas for you. they're all coming in. They're all messaging in. They're all wanting to work with you, honestly. There you go.
Lovely,
You've got
lovely.
you've got more of a fan following than I have. So obviously.
No, not at all, not at all. We still, brown man with a white name that no one knows of. And I like it being like that. I like
Well,
being.
people remember it.
Sorry?
We at least we remember it then, right? So a brown man with a white name, it's
Yeah.
not a bad strategy, is it? So this is it.
When I send my emails in Hollywood, I always get a reply because my name is Jonathan Augustin, and sometimes I tweak my name a bit when I send the email Augustine. So
Yeah,
Rubenstein,
that's
Weinstein.
it.
Yeah. I play
I
the
was
Jewish
gonna,
card. I'm like, brother,
I was gonna actually ask you this. How do you prefer to be called, Augustine or Augustine, to give you that bit of panache?
Yeah, you can call me Augustine, yeah, Johnson Augustine or Augustine, yeah.
I
But
haven't had
Augustine
any.
is fine. Augustine is fine. It'll just get me delusional. Yeah, so the pandemic in terms of sitting at home, one is the Lift Boy is being syndicated to multiple markets. It's going to more
Yeah.
territories. We're releasing in Poland and Czech Republic in the next few
Wow.
weeks. So
Yeah.
that's happening. So a lot of our time goes doing that, delivery,
Yeah.
coordinating.
Yeah.
Apart from that, watching movies. In fact, I'm also looking at helping filmmakers as producer on hire. So basically,
Uh-huh.
you call me up, you hire me as a
Lovely
producer,
stuff.
and I put your entire film together. Right from you. So my only brief to you is you make the film, make a good film, and
Yeah.
it's my job to get your film out there and get it
Loving it.
released. So
Oh,
yeah, so
brilliant.
that's something. Looking at material for that. Apart from the reading stuff, reading scripts, talking to people, watching a lot of movies. In fact, today I'm looking forward to watching Choked on Netflix. It's Anurag Kashyap's
Yeah.
latest film. Then just catching up on stuff like I watched a series on Netflix called Self Made. It's
Yeah.
about the first
Oh, yes.
female billionaire,
Yeah.
female self-made millionaire in North America. So it was a very nice series. That's on Netflix. I watched a movie called The Banker on Apple
Yeah.
Movies. Then another good film to watch is watch some nice feel-good films like Walt Before Mickey on Netflix.
Yeah.
It's a Walt Disney story before Mickey Mouse. Another
Yeah.
film worth watching is Mr. Church, starring
Yeah.
Eddie Murphy. It's a very, very, very. It's an undiscovered gem.
Yeah. So
It's,
are
I
you
think, Eddie Murphy's
thinking,
best performance. Yeah.
well, do you think, I have to say, I loved him in Coming to America. Are you kind of gathering little bits from these movies, do you think? And do you think you're putting it into the mix for your movie? All the good
No,
bits.
because my movie is an adventure horror film, so this is
Yeah.
just me enjoying. See, I got to switch off, and I'll tell you what, I watch a lot of South movies, Tamil movies,
Okay.
Telugu
Okay.
movies, Kannada movies. I
I'm
like
one of
their
them.
movies, Malayalam movies with Mammootty, South superstar
Yeah.
Mammootty. I'm a Mallu myself, so I like these kind of movies, and I just switch off when I watch them. I don't think of anything. I don't.
fair enough.
I love the hero's blockbuster entry, taking the low angle, the shoe,
Yeah.
the water splashing, the hair
Oh,
flying.
I see.
I love all that. I love all
Yeah.
that. Obviously, in Lift Boy, I could have done that. Like
Yeah.
when the introductory scene of Princess, when she says "Coming, Ma," and then her hair flies. Baby, you light up my
Yeah,
world
I
like
saw
no
that.
bar. I could put in some music there, and her hair flies. And when she comes into the Lift Boys, he lights up.
He's
And you
overwhelmed.
can do that, but obviously that wasn't the kind of film I was making. I
Yeah.
was making a different kind, a realistic kind of movie. So,
Yeah.
but
No,
I
I've
like watching
realized.
these surreal films. I like it.
No,
I enjoy. So I do that.
I realized why you also called it the Lift Boy, because actually the movie is about the boy within you. I see the enthusiasm.
Yeah,
This is it.
yeah.
Oh my God. Well, you know what? It's been actually great. So now I'm going to do a bit of psychometric testing here. I want to get into, let's see, I'm going to throw some questions at you. I want quick answers. Okay, we're going to it's very easy. There's nothing complicated. I wouldn't do that to you, Jonathan. I'm a nice person.
Yeah.
So, all right, now I'm going to throw a question at you. Okay, quick answers. Yes, you like the new stuff, but you also like watching the Bollywood blockbusters as well. So if you had an actor or an actress to choose from, you had the choice, the pick, who would you really want to work with in one of your movies? Who do you aspire to work with if you had a choice?
Chef Ali Shah, Delhi
Okay, fair.
Crimes. Yeah.
Oh, look at it, lovely. Now, what's an issue that you have a real desire to talk about, but you'd love to do a movie on, but you're a bit worried about how it would be received?
I want to make a movie on Ismail Merchant, which I
Okay.
have the script for it. It's
Yeah.
a biopic on him, but I'm
Yeah.
worried that no one's going to watch it because no one knows Ismail Merchant. So
I
that's
will. I
yeah,
will.
yeah. That's one person. That's one ticket. And if I go to a studio saying we'll sell one ticket, they'll be like, John, take a walk in the park, mate.
But it'll be a lot cheaper on your credit card. Oh,
So
dear.
yeah,
No, but dream about it with your eyes open. Think this movie will be good and it will happen. Oh, there you go. Even Babs Mira is saying she'll watch it too. There you go. That's two
lovely. Thank you.
people.
That's two tickets. Yeah,
That's two tickets. And
yeah. I should.
make sure you invite us to the premiere as well, okay? Make sure you don't forget us. We're the two people who are loyal
Yeah,
to your
yeah.
to your movie. Okay. If you were no favorite cartoon character.
Mickey Mouse.
Okay, that says a lot about you. You do know this. It's the simplest question, but it says a lot about you. Okay, good. Now, if you were a hashtag, what would you stand for?
If I were a hashtag, what would I
Yeah,
stand for?
yeah.
I would stand for hope.
Oh, that's so
Yeah.
nice. Oh, inspiring. Oh yeah, by the way, just to interrupt you there, Babs Mira has said not only will us two come, she'll bring a friend too. So that's three. You've got some real jokers listening to you. I think what they've done is they've connected with your humor, and I swear they're loving it out there, and they're just giving it to you. They're bringing the audience for you. That's all
Lovely,
you
lovely,
need.
lovely.
Right, but now talking about hashtags, I have to mention this. Oh, I've been really hurt. I've been really hurt by that story about the elephant, the baby
Oh,
elephant, not
oh,
the elephant that was pregnant, and obviously everything that went on. You know,
hmm.
I'm not sure if it was a murder or whether it was just negligence on the part of
Yeah,
people where
yeah.
it died. And I just want people to understand, please, I'm going to use this platform. Please, mankind, humans, I know you're not being kind to one another, but please
Hmm.
don't be, so
Hurt
aggressive to
animals.
innocent.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
absolutely. And so please, I am going to say, in fact, I've written a very small thing on this on my blog, annied.in. Please come and read it. If the poem doesn't make you cry, I don't know what will. It is, and I want you all to use a hashtag, please, to remember, to think about what you are doing, as a human species. So please, if you are doing anything, please use the hashtag born to live, born free and alive. So one hashtag, born to live, and another one, born free and alive. Now, before we go, Jonathan, a few
Yeah.
words from you. Even though we've had the whole conversation, do you have anything else that you want to leave with us today?
Yeah, I think just watch good movies and
Yeah,
encourage independent movies and encourage all sorts of films, and I
yeah,
think make a informed decision on judging a film after you watch it rather than going by the bandwagon,
yeah,
right? And yeah, that's it. Just be nice to people. Just be nice to each other. Be a bit more patient with people, with the domestic stuff, and
yeah,
enjoy life. Don't take it too seriously because life is short. Trust me. We just learned one thing with this pandemic. Life is
yeah,
very short, very fragile, and we are all not here for a very long time.
yes,
So,
yes,
while we are here, let's just make the most of it, and
yeah,
watch some good movies, maybe make some good films, you
yeah.
know.
And watch
Yeah.
Jonathan's movies as well, and bring a friend.
Oh yeah,
Okay, so we
please
make
watch.
the
I forgot to mention. I forgot the point of the conversation today. Yeah, the point is to promote the Lift Boy. So guys, please go on Netflix and watch the Lift Boy. It's streaming worldwide. And if you have already seen it, please spread the love. Thank you.
Yeah. So you were overwhelmed by me. Obviously, you
Yeah,
forgot the
Annie,
movie
absolutely,
completely.
absolutely. I even shaved for you. I shaved, 2 days ago. I had a
Oh,
long beard.
thank
I looked like a
you.
sage.
Yeah, we,
If you look at it, in any of my previous photographs, any of
yeah,
my previous lives, I had a long beard. It took
yeah.
me 1 hour to shave it off. I shaved this day before yesterday. So I'm like, I'm going on Annie's show. Let me look
Right.
dignified and refined, not homeless. So
So
yeah,
that's why you were a
yeah.
minute late, 2 minutes late to the show.
Yeah, I was just setting my hair. I was setting my hair. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was trying to get
Oh,
the Bollywood, the hair
the
fall.
flick.
Yeah, but it
Oh
didn't
dear.
happen. Yeah.
Oh dear, oh dear. Well, Jonathan Augustine, it has been fabulous talking to you. It's been an absolute treat. You have been an absolute star today. I
Thanks,
think
Annie.
I think this is it. Change your day job. You've been absolute stuff. Fantastic stuff. But of course, thank you to the listeners as well. All of you, you know, you've been brilliant. The messages have been coming through. Thank you so much. But of course, next time, what is it? Next week, same time, I'm going to be here. Jonathan, you better be watching as well. I depend on you.
I follow you, Annie. I follow you on Instagram. So every time you go live, I'm just going to pop in and I'm going to, I'll say hello.
Send a message.
Yeah, I'll do that. Certainly.
All right, then, everybody. This is Annie D signing out. But stay tuned until next week. Bye-bye. Bye, Jonathan.
Bye, Annie.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Everybody.
Ciao, guys. Bye. Where do we go off here?